Hello there, world tankers. Welcome back to my videos. I am Blitz, and today I am going over the FOCH. Because this is a tank coming out in a future update, being 6.2. And not only that, but I just wanted to really go over the vehicle because it is one of my favorite tanks in the game. It might actually be my favorite tank in the game, to be honest, to state it that way. I'm also going to get it out there. This tank is pronounced Foch. I know a lot of people think it's Foch. It is a French pronunciation as Foch, so that is a bit of a little pointer. But I wanted to make a video on this tank because it is getting a new gun, which is going to be an autoloader in update 6.2. And I am excited for the autoloader, but I'm actually not sure if it's going to be the right choice. And if you guys were thinking about grinding down this line because of that autoloader, I'm going to tell you guys what I think about the tank currently, whether or not the autoloader is going to be worth it to grind down the whole line, and whether the tank is going to be worth it in general. Now, to be honest, I would have told you to go down this line before they added the autoloader. So in my opinion, yes, I do think this line is completely worth it. This is probably one of the lines I would suggest a lot of people to go down. However, this is a very challenging tank to know how to run because you need to constantly pay attention to your team. You need to know when to push, where to push, and how to push because as you can see, I am super aggressive with this tank and snap, get that shell right into that FV 4005. But you can see you have to have knowledge of your high explosive. You really want to know where all the enemies are because I am noticing that they're flanking and stuff. Because this tank has very weak sides and an extremely weak rear, and you really want to pay attention at all times. This is not like a 268 where it's forgiving, it can bounce a lot of shells. The frontal armor on this tank is very nice, but if you get hit in the side, it will hurt because you can get penned with high explosive. A 183 will ruin your day. Not to mention this gun is the least damage per minute gun at tier 10 right now. However, that does not stop this tank from being amazing, because you can see I've already picked up 3,000 damage, and already that's a pretty decent amount of damage. That's very high, especially for the average damage done at tier 10 nowadays. It's very low, the average damage. But if you're a newer player and you're watching this video, and you're thinking, I want to go and get the FOCH because there's a new gun, and it's going to be an autoloader, and it's going to be a super high damaging autoloader, not to mention this tank is super, super quick. Personally, I think the autoloader is actually going to be worse than the current gun loaded on the tank. Because this gun you're able to rush mediums with, and you're able to do it very, very easily, and reload in at least a quick enough manner to where you're able to shoot them quite a bit. When you're running the autoloader, my issue is that once you shoot those mediums, even if you miss one of the shells, you have to wait 15 seconds to get the other one back, I think. I'm not sure how long the clip reload is, but it's quite a while. And to be honest, I think it's just better sticking with the normal gun because you can see I'm doing very good already. 4,400 damage. And I have tested out the other gun in a bit of battles, and I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. I have played it just a little bit, and really I don't think it's actually better than this gun. I don't have the gameplay for you guys of me playing in it because that wasn't my account, but I was allowed to play it a bit, and to be honest, I wasn't really a huge fan of the autoloader. I think this gun can displace its shells a bit easier with the 14.5 second reload gun, and definitely run calibrated when you run this tank. But if you were thinking about getting this tank, I still would suggest to go down it. But make sure you do have a knowledge of high explosive, because when you have the side of mediums and you have the sides or rears of most tanks in the game, you want to be able to get that high explosive to go through, because we probably picked up 3,000 damage just on high explosive alone. You can see 5,200 damage dealt this game. And if I go to the garage, you'll just see how empowering this tank can be. Look at this, 5,265 damage. This tank actually earns a decent amount of credits. However, I am running premium, so I would have broken about even if I wasn't running premium. But you can see it's just a really nice tank. And if you were thinking about getting this tank and you happen to look at the 268, you would see that the 268 has pretty much better statistics in every area. It has the same top speed, it has a much more accurate gun on dispersion, much more damage per minute gun, it has better damage per minute, it has more aiming arc, it has a much better aiming arc, it has more gun depression, and you'd be looking at the tank and you'd be like, Well, how is the Foch in the current state of the game it is? Maybe they're adding this new gun to make it a super awesome tank and buff it quite a bit. However, no, it's not changing the tank at all. The new gun is giving it the exact same damage minute. The reason the tank has such worse stats than the 268 is because, first of all, even though it says they have the same top speed, they have much different power to weight ratio, and they have a much different terrain resistance, which gives this tank a much better acceleration than the 268. I'd say it probably takes the 268 10 seconds to get to top speed. It takes this tank 5 seconds. It's, I'd say, that much quicker, about 50% quicker than the 268 in acceleration, which just alone is a huge advantage, which means that when mediums are trying to run from you, you're able to maneuver very easily and keep up with them. You can see here, this object 704, we have the rear of him, boom, 1,054 damage. We've already picked up 2,030. Now that's 2 high explosive shells we fired. You just wait to see how well this match goes. And I just played this literally, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, and that other match you saw before it was about 30 minutes ago. This tank is just such a fun vehicle. Look at that, 1,174 damage. That is ridiculous. We've already picked up 3,200 damage with 3 shells. This is almost like a 183. It's that good with its high explosive. If you've ever seen Skate Extreme's video on it, I would suggest to see it. He also says that this vehicle seems to be like an old man's 268. However, it really isn't. It's such a quick and versatile vehicle that you're able to do very well. And this tank is also very, very bouncy. That front plate here that you're looking at is about, I'd say, 290 millimeters thick at the weakest, 300 up to 400 thick if you are up on a slope, which makes it a very hard target to penetrate. Because the front of the tank is pretty much just a complete slab, it's very hard to hit. Again, high explosive, boom, 814, oh, we can't get the kill, too bad, boom, ramming. Because not only does this tank have excellent power to weight ratio speed, it also has about the same ramming power as an E50M, which makes it just that bit better, because it's just such a fun vehicle. You can see this mouse, however, is going to target me for pretty much the rest of the game. And he does screw up the shot, and I'm like, yes, come on, I'm going to be able to break 6,000 damage. Come on, aim it on that weak spot, and it just goes high, unfortunately. But I can't complain. I've already picked up 5,400 damage pretty much, and that is good enough to make me happy. However, if you take a look at that mouse, just to say, he's still aiming at me. He's going to aim at me the whole game. He doesn't even care about my teammate, which is quite sad. He's literally ruined the game for his team because he did that. This Batchat thinks he's going to get the side of us. Come on. Boom. Snap that shell right as he gets to the edge of that building. Dead. 5,480 damage. That is just insane. And this was a quick little match I played. This was just, it's just an amazing tank, to be honest. And really, this is one of my favorite tanks in the game. I have over 1,100 battles in this tank, which is my 3rd most played tank in the entire game I have, apart from the 183, which is my 1st, and the T49 at my 2nd. This is just such a fun vehicle. If you like running the E50M and the 268, imagine combining those two together. That's what you get. This is the Foch. I hope you did enjoy this video, though. I just wanted to say how fun this tank is, and really just to pick one up, I think it is worth it. And the whole line is great. The Tier 8's great, the Tier 9's great, the Tier 10 is great, and the Tier 7's pretty good. The before that is pretty bad. But other than that, really, this line is just all around just one of the best in the game. And I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and as always, subscribe. I'm going to leave my Discord in the description down below. Thanks for watching.